Live from the heart of West Texas, it's Frontline News. Now, here is your host extraordinaire, Frank Clark. You know, I much rather read the news lately than watch or listen, because let's face it, a lot of the news outlets, including my favorite Newsmax, I mean, don't get me wrong, there's a sense of urgency in this country, but let's not go out and say that this country is going to hell in the handbasket. Okay? Seriously, guys, let's cut that reactive crap out. What's it going to do? Scare everybody? No, we need to mobilize people for common sense conservatism. Or has that been lost in the crowd of reactive culture? That's why we're going to stay away from some of the sites I know are a little bit more reactive. And I think where we're going to go, this thing at best. This thing's being stupid. Alright, this app ain't gonna get it for us. Let's just go ahead and go to the magazine ourselves. I tell you what, watch what news you consume. Because I don't believe in being too conspiratorial or reactionary. Okay? So we're going to go ahead and go to the American Thinker. The traits of the authoritarian among us. Okay. Well, we're going to do this. This sounds like a pretty interesting piece here. Here we go. It says, to perpetually inscribe Samuel Goldwyn, a founder to the American motion picture industry, once said, I am willing to admit I may not always be right, but I am never wrong. While Goldwyn said this tongue-in-cheek, the quote is an accurate portrayal of one of the primary and most obvious characteristics of those with authoritarian mindsets. So let me tell you something. I could sit here and tell everybody in this country that this country's going to hell in the handbasket. I tell you, there's too much proof out there. But listen to me. I ain't just some talking head. It's a matter of mindset. Might not always be right, but I'm never wrong. Let me tell you something, that's reactive. That is reactive. I have quit the study of journalism because I've seen that in the faces and life in the eyes of authoritarian editors. I may not always be right, but I'm never wrong. I mean, come on. What happened to a society that believes in being true to itself? Guess it means it's time to do a wake up time. Oh, here's a catchy here on the American Thinker. Southwest CEO backs down. We will not fire employees who refuse to get vaxxed. Now listen to me. I know that that's a big issue among conservatives. Country's being divided over this, and I think it's silly. What about an individual's choice of being able to talk to their doctor and going by their conditions? But yeah, we got companies and government saying, hey, you gotta do this, you gotta do... No mandates, okay? No mandates. Now I'm gonna say this. Well, whatever happened to freedom of choice in this country? You want to get the vaccine? Get the vaccine. Alright? I got the vaccine. Jimmy, the head of James Henry Empowerment, he got vaccine. I think he's kind of immunocompromised anyway, and so he, when in doubt, ask. What's going on to these people today that they refuse to make an informed choice, but they follow the herd? And I'm talking about both the left and the right, okay? We're going to make it personal against both parties here, okay? So he's like, everybody got to get vaccinated and blah, 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 blah. And then there's this others, nobody's got to get vaccinated and blah, 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 blah. Shut up, both sides. Shut up. I can't believe that a person's medical choices is being debated in this country. Have we dumped ourselves to the civil society of Neanderthals? Stuff like this wasn't debated back when I was in college. Issues like the sanctity of life, the budget, prayer in schools, Bible reading, all this stuff was being debated. But now it's like, oh, COVID, everybody be afraid. And guess what? Both sides of the aisle perpetuating this. You can't tell me that they ain't. Now, I think we're going to cover one more story from the American Thinker. Thank God that the guy from Southwest decided to not do this. Oh, the prospect of a national divorce. This one looks interesting. Here we go. I like the American Thinker. A red and blue America headed for a split lately. Dan Bongino has discussed the possibility on his daily podcast and radio show. Glenn Beck has mentioned it too. It's a focused topic of David Raboy, whom Bongino cites. Raboy suggests that a national divorce should be discussed. He sees a split more as a matter of when, not if. The hope is for a civil, if not amicable, separation. There don't need to be no civil war. Come on, guys, let's pull our heads together here, okay? I never heard such ridiculous things. I've never heard both sides talk more and say less. Oh boy, my friend JR wants to come on. That's right, I've never heard them talk more and say less. It's just a bunch of bull, and I tell you something, American people need to say enough. American people need to say enough, and I tell you what, the vaccine debate. How stupid is it? If you don't want it, don't get it. If you feel like you need it, then get it. How simple is that? Have we become a society of babies? A society of babies, of communists, expecting our government to tell us what to do. I'll tell you something. That's what my granddad used to believe. Because I'll tell you something right now. We're running too reactive a culture on the political side. People used to complain back in the 80s that it was getting dirty. People complained back in the 80s. It's getting dirty. And so, we just need to wake up. I hope you've enjoyed listening to Frontline News. If you like what you hear, please subscribe and get some daily updates. It's Frontline News saying until next time, God bless. And please, 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 get out there and be proactively informed. Y'all take care now, you hear? Be careful how much news you consume. Make sure it keeps on a positive key. And y'all take care now, you hear?